Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden and welcome back to my mom, Trish. Mom, thank you for being here for a coffee chat.
Yeah,
So
this is fun.
for Mother's Day, we thought we could do a fun question and answer. I asked all of you to send in some questions from my mom, and you did. Thank you so much. And then we, of course, have Shay here hanging out with us too.
Hello.
Are you going to stay the whole time?
Not
Not
really.
really.
No.
What did you want to say to everybody?
Aloha.
Say it loud.
Aloha.
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 She asked me if she could say aloha, and I said, yes, of course. Of course. That's not weird at all. Anyway, so, Mom, I haven't seen you in a while.
I know, I've been busy.
You've been on
traveling.
a bunch of trips. You
I
went to
have.
see my sister in Indiana,
Right.
right? And what else?
I went to Mexico.
Oh, was that
And
fun?
It was. And I went on a cruise.
You're just living the life.
I love retirement.
I do. How's your garden doing after all that?
Oh, it's doing great.
Yeah?
It really is.
When do we get a tour?
Oh, you want to do a tour?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay.
Come on by.
Oh, did y'all hear that? Yes.
Yeah, you know that cool weather method?
The cool flower method?
Yeah, the cool flower method?
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
It's perfect for you, right?
Perfect for me.
Yeah.
You should see my flowers.
Well, I would like to.
Yes.
But you've been gone.
But I think I sent you some pictures.
You did. I'll put them on the
Yeah.
screen right now.
Oh,
they are
they're
absolutely gorgeous.
beautiful.
So all of these flowers were cool flower method?
Yes,
Wow.
they were. I planted them, well, I started them from seed, and then I planted them out in late November, I think it was.
That's just crazy.
Yeah.
That.
My snapdragons are incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm experimenting with different types.
Like different groups or different varieties?
Different groups and different varieties. One I've never tried is the double shot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it.
Really? I've never tried that one.
I love that one. Yeah. And then I have the Chantilly and the Potomac. And
Did you do Madame Butterfly?
And I did Madame Butterfly. You know, one of those pictures I sent you, that Madame Butterfly bush is 3 years old.
You're kidding.
No, it made it through the snow and weather.
You have
And
the weirdest weather
I
up
do.
there.
I do.
Like you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a lot of questions. I asked people to send in some questions.
Uh-oh.
And we have some good questions for you, Mom.
Okay,
It's Mother's Day. They're all good. So the first question, hold on, let me put my coffee down. The first question is from Wendy. Wendy says, I noticed in your garden videos, your mom writes down all her plants. Did she do this for the tour of her garden, or does she do this for every plant she adds? If she does it anyway, why does she do it? I thought about doing this, but I thought people would think I was mad and a tad obsessive.
Well, I guess I have to say I'm mad and a tad obsessive. I write down everything.
Everything.
It's my garden journal.
Yeah.
And I write down, well, every plant, every thing I do when I'm out in the garden.
You write it.
I write it down.
Do you write like the results down for how things did?
I do. If I see something doing really well, I'll write it down. If I plant this, I'll write it down. If I have problems with my moles and voles, I write it down.
Wow. Do you you reference back? I've seen you reference back too.
I do. And you know that I really like doing that. It's like you watching your YouTube videos. You're making a record.
Totally.
I like putting pen to paper.
Yeah.
This is my record, and I like to go back and read what I did for the year, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, it's really amazing.
You tell me things. You say like 2 years ago I planted blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did 2 years ago, but
And then starting from scratch, you know, how do you remember everything you plant?
Right. Yeah.
How do you remember? I even have a fertilizing schedule.
Yeah.
In there. I have.
See where I get it from, guys?
I love doing that, and I have what plants I fertilize every week, every 6 months.
Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah.
Which ones not to fertilize.
Good job.
I do.
And your garden's beautiful.
Yeah, and I think I have filled probably 3 books in the last. I like to use a spiral bound notebook.
Yeah.
And I've filled 3 books in the last 3 years.
Maybe when I come up to your house, we can take a peek in one of those books. Would you be open to that?
Maybe parts of it, yeah, but it's a bunch of scribble. So, yeah, you'll see.
Yeah.
I do have maps. I make maps of all my
Yeah,
beds
yeah,
and
I'm sure
things.
everybody would like to
Yeah,
see it.
yeah.
I think it'd be
Okay.
really fun. So you're just a little crazy.
I'm just a
You're
little.
super organized. By the way, she doesn't just do that for the garden. She does it for her whole life. So.
I do. You should see my travel books. I
So when Jason and I were going to Paris for our honeymoon, I asked my mom to give me some tips because she had been there before. And my mom made me like a tour guide. Like it was literally a handwritten tour guide. And it was perfect. It was
Was it?
great. Yeah, you did a
was.
really good job.
I love doing that.
Mary asked, is the love of gardening something that has been in your family for a long time?
Oh, yes. Gardening is in my blood.
It's in our blood.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's in our blood. Yeah,
So
my
grandma does it.
grandma and grandpa, my parents,
Yeah.
they have always had a garden in the backyard, and grandma's had her flowers.
Yes.
And then my grandparents, they retired to farms. They
didn't know
did,
that.
yeah, they did massive farming and gardening
In Texas?
in Texas and in Arkansas. And I have very good memories of spending a lot of time with my grandmother out in the gardens and baking with her,
Aw.
picking grapes and making jam and things.
Is that where you learned to make jam?
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
You
yeah.
still have to show me how to make it.
Well, I will. I will. It's not hard.
I
I
got a
know.
million figs.
I know.
That's fun.
Yeah, and you know your aunts and uncles too.
They're obsessed.
They are.
They're literally obsessed.
Uncle
yeah.
Jim and Aunt Shelby. And,
I'm going to their house. I'm going to
yeah.
do a tour of my
and-
Uncle Jim's
and
garden.
Aunt Beth, yeah.
Aunt Beth, yeah.
And Uncle Joe, yeah.
So it's in our blood, for sure. Okay, this one, I put it because I didn't want you guys to think I was biased when I was picking out the questions. But Fala asks, what was the craziest / funniest thing Janey did? Something she doesn't want us to know about.
Oh,
You
boy.
just know I have access to the editing button, so.
That's tough. But you know what? You were a good kid. You really were.
I
Actually,
was.
you know, when you were young, under 5 years, it was probably up until about 5 years, you were the shyest kid.
Yeah.
You cried when people looked at you. You hid behind my skirt. But once you hit grade school,
Yeah.
elementary, boy, you blossomed.
Yeah.
You really did. And a lot of self-confidence. I remember your hat collection.
Oh, yes. I
You
had a
would-
really good hat
in,
collection.
in kindergarten, first grade, you would wear a different hat every single day. And you went through this phase of one pink lace glove. You know, then those dress-up kits, and they have the kids lace pink.
Thanks for telling
long-
everybody about this, Mom.
You had to wear that glove to school, and only one. And if you couldn't find that glove, you had a fit. So we were digging around for the other glove whenever you lost the
I
first.
can't help it that I had style. Like, it was the 80s.
Oh my goodness.
I remember taking pictures like this.
I know. And your hat and your berets.
I
and
know.
Yeah.
See, I've always liked hats. I've always worn hats.
You have.
Okay, that wasn't too bad.
No, we won't talk about the other stuff.
We
That's
won't talk
okay.
about teenage years.
No, I would love to.
No.
Shay, someday I'll tell you.
No. I was an angel as a teenager. Ellen Vale asks, what was your reaction when I decided to make YouTube my full-time job? First of all, what was your reaction when I told you about YouTube? I think I had a question.
Well, you know what? Let me start from the beginning.
Okay.
Let's start from the beginning, because you never had an interest in gardening when you were younger.
Yeah, no. I told people I had a brown thumb.
You never did.
Yeah.
With all the gardening we did, you never had an interest. And when you moved into Davis, the house on the corner, this last house you had,
Yeah.
is when you started your gardening journey.
Outdoor gardening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
outdoor gardening.
Yeah.
And I remember getting texts from you and saying, hey, Mom, when are you going to come see my flowers? And you told me that on the phone multiple times. You texted me, and I was thinking, well, yeah, okay, I'll go come see your flowers.
She didn't
or-
come for a really long time. It was COVID, so I understand.
Yeah, and then I remember driving down the road to your house, and all of a sudden there was this explosion of pink color in front of your house, and it was just like, oh my goodness,
Uh-huh.
she wasn't
It was
kidding.
good, right?
It was good. I couldn't believe it. And I was really happy to see that you get into
Yeah.
gardening. I think gardening is so therapeutic.
Me
And
too.
after what you went through in the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
it was
That was-
really, really good for you.
Yeah.
So when you came to me and you asked or told me about YouTube, it was like, oh, okay, that'd be a nice hobby. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't know you were going to jump feet first and do it. And go
How
right.
did you expect any less?
No, actually, I should say, no, I can't. That's every project you take on. You do
It's
that.
intense,
Yes,
right?
It is.
Yeah.
When you make up your mind or you make a decision on doing something, you just go full force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not very, I mean, you debate it and think about it and
Oh, are you trying to talk about
plan it.
analysis paralysis?
Exactly. Here's the problem. My mom has analysis paralysis.
Well, I'm a
and-
very analytical person.
And she married my dad, who is the most analysis paralysis of anybody I've ever met in my entire life.
Before I
He's
do
the
anything,
worst.
I have to research it. I have to think about it. I have to know everything about it before I jump in.
So when they think about something, they sit there and they talk about it. Not for hours, not for days,
Oh, stop it.
for like months. They talk about
Not
it.
true.
And
That's probably why you are the way you
it
are.
is. It is.
Because that drove you nuts.
Nuts. I would be
Yeah.
a kid and I would just be like, oh, let's just go. So now when I decide something and Jason goes along for the ride,
But he's all like, wait.
we just do it. We just go for it.
You do. It's like, slow down, Janey. Just slow down.
No.
Please.
I don't have time to slow down. It turned out well, right?
I did.
It's been fun.
You know, and when you came to me with getting back to that question and told me that you were going to go full time, I wasn't surprised.
Really?
In fact, I thought it was a great thing.
Yeah.
I supported you 100% on it.
What did you think about when Jason went full time?
I just found out about that.
Mm.
I just found out about that. I can't believe that. I think it's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. I think
You
it'll
know?
be fun. I think
Yeah.
it'll be good for us and good for the business, and
It
we'll just
will.
go all in.
But that's what Dad and I wanted for you and Jason. We wanted you, if you were going to do this, do it as a business,
Yeah.
give 100%.
Yeah.
And because you put so much work into
I
it.
know, yeah.
And it's just amazing what you guys have done.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, you guys, I was telling everybody, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, how it was you and Dad that was like, make a plan. Have
Yes.
a plan and stick to it. And, it's going to go up and it's going to go down because you guys had a business.
Yes.
And
yes.
it was very successful,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It was a environmental engineering business. I never know how to
Right.
explain it.
That's the best way to
basically.
explain it.
But that's done now.
Right.
You guys are
and
retired.
we're retired.
Hmm.
Yeah. And it's good. And I guess my bit of wisdom is make sure you take time for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay? That's
What does that mean? I don't. Just kidding.
You know,
Just kidding.
I know, when you work from home, you find yourself.
You don't stop. You're
You
like,
don't
oh, I might
stop.
as well do this.
It's
and I might as well do this.
24/7, and you really have to make an effort.
I mean, the wonderful thing is my work is, I'm going to go out and I'm going to water my plants and I'm going to,
I mean, it's lucky that
it's
you
not that bad. Yeah.
No. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything
So
better.
technically I work like all day long, but it's doing the stuff that I want to
Yeah,
do.
Yeah.
All right. So the Peaceful Garden, which is actually Melissa, she asks, who is someone that has inspired you to start gardening?
Is Melissa the one that you're going to do a garden tour? By the way, what a great idea to have garden tours videos on Sunday.
Oh, you like that, huh?
I think that's wonderful.
Because I have so many. I have the opportunity to go to so many gardens, right? And you can see
And
how
I love those videos.
Me too.
Oh, because you
Me
see what
too.
other people are doing, and now you get to have your viewers, and we get to see what they're
I
doing.
know. And when you get the gardener to start talking about their gardens, that's what's special.
I know. I
you know?
love gardeners.
Me
They
too.
They
Me
are.
too. That's
They-
what's special about the videos. The gardens are beautiful, but it's the gardeners
I know
that are
it.
talking.
I know
Like,
it.
oh my goodness. You'll have already seen it, but I had a native garden tour come out last Sunday, and the gardeners, they were just like, they so excited about their gardens.
Really
It's so great.
passionate. Oh, I can't
Passionate.
wait to see it.
Yeah. So yes,
Yeah.
Melissa, I'm going to
Okay,
her house
okay.
soon. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi.
Okay, so who is someone that inspired you to start gardening? Also, what's your all-time top favorite plant or flower? Who
Oh,
inspired
okay.
you to start gardening? Well,
Well, it was my family.
yeah.
Yeah, we were gardeners.
Yeah.
I mean, we were passionate about
Mm-hmm.
growing our vegetables and our flowers. And I have to I would say it was mainly my mom and dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good.
They're good.
They're really
Yeah. I mean, mom's orchids are just
good. Ridiculous.
it's ridiculous.
What's your top flower?
Oh, that's a hard one. I have lots of top flowers. Right now, it's got to be the snapdragon. I just love those snapdragons. I'm having fun with them.
Robbie and I were talking, like, what's your favorite flower? That means like your all-time favorite, and then what's the flower you're obsessed with at the moment?
Okay.
So would you call that the flower you're obsessed with, or the flower, your top flower?
I would say I'm obsessed with it right
Okay.
now. And
Yeah.
if I had to do my top flower, it has to be the rose.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah.
I've always had rose bushes and
Yeah.
experimented with different roses.
And don't take offense to this because I don't mean it at all, but you're of the age that
yes, I am.
when roses were a really big deal
They were.
and they were like so chic and, you know, and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Then they kind of went out of
They did.
favor for a while, but now I think they're coming back in.
They are.
Yeah.
They
so,
are. There's something about a rose.
Yeah. Same with Grandma. Grandma's obsessed with roses.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
So that's probably where I got it from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my all-time favorite is a daffodil.
I know that ever since you were a kid.
I know. It's because of that poem.
Yes.
Remember that poem?
Yes.
Yeah,
I do.
the A.A. Milne poem. Like it was like
Winnie the Pooh.
it was burned in my brain. The daffodil poem, Daffodowndilly. I love it, and so then from then on, I've always loved daffodils.
Yeah.
Now the plant I'm obsessed with. I don't know. Mystic Spire's blue salvia, probably.
No, come on. You're not obsessed with that right now, really?
Okay, right now I'm obsessed with Kniphofia.
You are.
I really like
You
Kniphofia
really are.
right now. I want like all the Kniphofia in my garden.
Yeah. You've
But-
been talking about a lot about that.
Yeah.
You know what I also love? I love zinnias.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with zinnias.
I know. They're so easy.
They're so easy if you snip them when they're young and
Yeah.
then they branch. They'll bloom for you all summer and you don't
Totally.
even have to worry about them.
That reminds me, I should be
Yeah.
thinking about snipping mine
Yeah.
soon. Katie asks, if you and Janey had unlimited funds and time, what kind of garden adventure would you plan to go on?
Oh,
That's a fun question, Katie.
That's easy. That's easy. I would like to travel the world and visit every botanical garden.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd want to do the world.
Oh, yeah.
I would.
The Royal
wanna do it?
Botanical Garden in the UK.
Come with us. Yeah.
I've been to Versailles, but I would like to spend more time in Versailles. Singapore. That's a World Heritage Site. Yes.
I don't, it seems
Yes.
so hot and humid.
Oh, no, but then, and I haven't been to Bouchard Gardens up in.
I haven't either.
I would love to go there.
We should
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Okay.
I wonder what the best time of year is to go.
I don't know. Research it. I'll go with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Washington? No.
No, British Columbia.
British Columbia.
Victoria. Do you know where that is?
No.
No, not the
No.
Try again.
Yeah.
What's north of us? What
North.
country's north of
Greenland?
us?
No.
Try
oh,
again.
can't-
There you go.
Yeah,
Directly north of us. Janice wants to know, do you have other children and grandchildren?
I do. I have 3 beautiful daughters. Janie is middle daughter.
Middle.
I'm middle daughter. And I have 4
You
four
don't have any greats. You don't have any great.
4 granddaughters.
Four
and
granddaughters. So on my mom's side of the family, it's like all girls. I have all girl cousins except for one boy. Sorry, Joey. And then we all have, most of us have daughters. My cousin Haley has a son, but my other cousin just announced that she's having a girl.
Yes.
There was 4 kids, and 3 of them, like you have 3 brothers and sisters, 1 boy.
One boy, 3
Yeah.
3 sisters, 1 boy. Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
it's just,
Yeah, there's a lot of girls.
it's
There's
just
a
very
lot of
girl
us.
heavy. This is about the fire. Are you okay with that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can talk about the fire.
So, so say a little bit, explain a little bit about the fire.
We lived in Santa Rosa, and we lived in a house that we were there for probably 22 years. And in October of 2017, the wildfires came through and burnt our house to the ground.
Yeah.
And luckily, we weren't there. We were at Janey's house taking care of Shay and Sadie while Janey and Jason were in Connecticut. Where you guys know where
We were in Vermont.
In
We were
Vermont.
leaf peeping in Vermont.
Okay. But then I get a call at 2 in the morning, and it's Mom, your house is on fire. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, we
So
lost
my
it.
friend from high school called me, and I like, super early, and said, your parents can evacuate to our house if you want. And it was like, what? And at first I thought, oh my God, did you go home with the girls? I was so scared that you were there with the girls.
I know.
Yeah, and luckily they were in Davis, so they were safe and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, after that it was insane. And then talk about the second fire.
Well, let's see.
Stupid.
Let's see. 2017, we lived in a hotel for about 4 months, and then we rented a house.
We offered for them to stay with us, by the way.
We
so
rented
don't
a
worry.
house, and so we finally moved. We decided we couldn't get our house rebuilt, so we bought a piece of property in Reading, and we found a builder, and we were ready to build.
Mm-hmm.
And then another fire came through. Luckily, we hadn't started on the house yet, but it wiped out our property, and we had to redo a lot of the roads and the underground pipes and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was something else.
All the trees burned, and that was unfortunate.
It was unfortunate.
Yeah.
And that's funny. We were with you too at that time, weren't we?
I know. I know.
God. But anyway, there's a silver lining in it. Everything we do, and
so then let me ask, or Coffin Girl wants to know, how do you emotionally and physically handle the process of starting over with your garden, building your garden from scratch, moving, and especially the fire losses? It had to be incredibly difficult.
Yeah, I have to admit it was a little bit hard at first, and all the decisions on starting from scratch.
Analysis
oh my
paralysis,
goodness.
right?
Holy moly, it's just
that was the worst, because you guys had 1,000,001 decisions every day.
We did, and it was tough, and it's very taxing on you too, and very stressful. But it all came together, and it's been what, 6 years now, I think. No, how long has it been?
Almost
17.
6 years.
No, it'll be 7 years in October. I can't believe that. And they're still rebuilding the houses on our street. That's how long it takes.
So there's so many houses that burned in Santa Rosa. All the builders, like you couldn't schedule anybody.
No.
Like anybody.
No.
And then when you did schedule them,
it was so expensive.
It was astronomical. It was unfair. It was
not worth it.
It was, how is that even legal? I guess that's legal, right?
Yeah.
Supply and demand.
Yeah.
So some people decided to rebuild, some people decided to sell and move, and some people decided to keep the property and temporarily go other places. So that's kind of, we still own, or you still own the property.
Yeah, we're still kind of in transition. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, because it's a beautiful property.
It is.
It's so pretty.
It is.
It's on a hill.
And the weather there is just perfect for gardening.
Yeah, it's very close
Perfect.
to Petaluma, Cottage Gardens of Petaluma. And their property was on a hill. This is the house I grew up in. It was on a hill, and you could see this like panoramic view of the city, and it was
In the
just
valley.
and the
Yeah.
valley, and it was just so like vineyards, and it was beautiful. It was really sad to lose that.
Yeah. But who knows? Who knows
So
what the future holds?
yeah.
So
So you got to start over. Your garden
yeah.
was, I mean,
It was being in Reading. Gardening in Reading is tough.
yeah.
I wasn't used to the weather. I'm getting used to it now, and that's part of keeping very good notes and understanding the climate. And I really do have kind of like 2 growing seasons. I try to push it and plant my plants a little bit sooner, and then they go dormant in the summer
Yeah.
because of the heat.
Yeah.
And then they come back in the fall, and I'll
Kind of
have
like, I think Florida's like that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was hard to get used to, but you do what you got to do.
Yeah,
So,
you're doing good. Okay, this is the last one. So thank you all for your questions. They were really, really good. So last one is, do you follow me on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the one where I talked about you guys teaching me hard work? Do you remember that one?
I don't
the reel?
remember that one.
Okay, so they say, back in October, Janey posted a comment on her Instagram that read, "Thank you to my mom and dad for teaching me the meaning of hard work.
Yes, I
As
do
a kid,
remember
I
that.
remember wishing you would just make things easier for me. As an adult, I appreciate the lessons you taught and modeled for me. What are some of the lessons that you and her dad taught her that helped Janey become a hard worker and a successful gardener?" This is from Penny. Yeah. When I was a kid, my parents were so mean.
Oh my.
They made me
goodness.
do chores. They made me clean the kitchen.
Why don't you buy me a new car? How come my friends get
All
all
my
the
other friends
money?
got it easy, and they made me work so hard.
Hey, we're trying to instill the work ethic in you, and I think we did
Oh, you did.
pretty
Yeah.
good job.
You did, because yeah, I see other people and they're like, "You work so hard. Why do you work so hard?" And it's like, what? This is normal,
Yeah.
right? So
We
where did that come from? Did Grandma do that to you?
She probably did. I
Yeah.
don't remember, but she probably did. But that was really important to us.
So you
is to
purposely taught those lessons?
instill a good work ethic, to be kind,
Yeah.
to treat people like you want to be treated,
Yeah.
you know, those things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to be positive.
Yes, I think
all
that's
the
very
time.
important, which isn't
Yes.
always easy, but yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, my whole childhood. God, I worked so hard.
you were so spoiled. You were so spoiled.
But you and Dad work so hard too. Like
did.
you guys
We
are
did.
such hard workers too.
We did.
So we're a family, and my sisters work really hard
Oh
now.
yeah, you're all
And my daughters work
very
really hard now,
successful.
but they're spoiled.
Yeah.
You guys are so spoiled.
So spoiled. Are you spoiled, Shay?
No.
Yeah.
you totally are.
Yeah. Anyway, well, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, I wanted to thank you. Thank you for my Mother's Day box.
Do you love it?
Oh my goodness, those are so nice.
I know, I love them. I wish we had more.
And those mugs are just beautiful.
I know.
You have to do more of those.
I know. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. She really did like it when she
I
opened it.
think
She
it
was
was
really excited.
yeah.
So happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers out there, even your furry friend mothers. I hope you all have a wonderful day tomorrow, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden.